So Don, what do you project for real estate prices in Toronto?
Well, the important thing is to look at the market for a supply and demand situation. And I don't think we're going to see those giant jumps that we've witnessed over the last little while. You know, we saw the big jump when the HST was announced and all the confusion around that. We saw the big jump, you know, during the boom across the country. But I think that we're going to see more of a leveling out of prices in the Toronto area. But not average prices. Remember, in Toronto, the average price means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. Because first off, Toronto's so big. But second off, as soon as you bring in a bunch of new product into the condo market, for instance, the average price goes up. The average sale price goes up. Yeah. So what you have to look is that in your particular neighborhood, what your region is in your neighborhood is what's going to go up. And I think that you'll find that if you get into some of the older neighborhoods where the best deals are going to be, the average prices won't be skyrocketing.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is just take all the layers off, go down to the neighborhood area, and then look at what the prices are in there, and look at specific properties. So actually dig in and do a micro search on the property. You
have to do that now because you know, I see all these headlines with a Canadian real estate market, and there's no such thing as a Canadian real estate market. That's the equivalent of taking the temperature of everybody in a hospital, and it averages at 100, so everyone has a fever. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So what you have to do is not even just look at Toronto or Edmonton or Hamilton, but look into specific neighborhoods in those areas. Because if you're transit oriented, you know what gas has done, $1.37 now, and it's going to end up higher, and it's going to go lower, and it's going to higher. But people are going to choose to live within 800 meters of a station, either a GO train station or a TTC station. So that demand is going to be there longer and longer and longer, and that demand growth curve is going to be there. That's where you're going to get your best deals, is 800 meters from a transit station.
Okay. Do you think Toronto prices are inflated or overinflated by any chance?
I think that they're overpriced. Yeah. I think that there was a lot of speculation that entered into the market. Just take a look at the lineups.
Yeah.
You know, whenever you have a lineups for something, you've got a supply and demand issue.
Yeah.
You know, if you're thinking about lining up to buy a property, you know, consider as if you're going to line up to buy a car. What would be the chances of you negotiating a good deal to buy that car? Slim and none. Same thing with buying a off-the-plan condo. And I know that's going to ruffle some feathers, but the truth is, you can buy off of those speculators and do incredibly well, no HST, and really buy a property that already exists.
Okay. So what do you think the Toronto real estate market projection is going to be, in your opinion? Because
my projection for this year is going to be a 5 to 7%, and then the following year you're going to probably see it around 5% increase on an average price.
Okay, because I believe the Toronto Real Estate Board is currently saying a 3 to 4% increase.
That's right.
So you're thinking that it's going to outperform
because it's going to be the average, right?
Yeah.
There are a lot of projects that are going to come out of the market here very soon. Over the next 6-8 months, and that 6-8 months is going to be all new product, and the resale product is not going to skyrocket. It's going to be that new product coming on board. So the average will look higher than the actual resale product.
So you're bringing two analyses in there. So what I was talking about is the resale part, where they're going to see 3 to 4%, but you're saying the new product that is entering the market is going to actually skyrocket.
That's exactly right. We're seeing a lot of people from Europe, Middle East, and Asia parking money in Toronto and Vancouver, and they like to park their stuff in new product, and that's why you're seeing the demand for new product being so high.
Okay. Now, are there any profit centers in Toronto that investors will be flocking to?
Absolutely. There are opportunities all over Toronto, but it's in the older, less well-respected neighborhoods. Okay. That's where the investor and the homeowner is going to do their best. You're going to pick out some key parts in Scarborough. You're going to pick out some key parts in the Junction. You're going to pick out even key parts in the older stuff in the beaches. And that's where your money's going to be made, and because you're going to get that increase. You know, and if we've got the Mayor Ford changing the rules around the subway and the transit. Go find out what they're going to be building, and then go buy around those stations. You're going to do incredibly well.
So what are some of the indicators? Subway is one, so public transit is obviously a very important one in your analysis.
Especially in the city,
In the city. What are some of the other indicators they should be looking at? What I got is income.
Average income's
Yeah.
got to be increasing, not
Yeah.
decreasing.
Okay.
You've got to see population growth moving into the region, not moving out. And if you want to take a look at it, take a look at some of the cities around the province where the population has shrank. Immediately, you see property values go down. Same thing is in reverse. Go to areas where people are going to because of affordability.
Yeah.
That's another indicator. People have to be able to pay those monthly payments. And right now, some of the neighborhoods are very, very, very difficult for the average Torontonian to live in.
Awesome.
So go for those spots, and you'll do incredibly well.
Thank you very much, Don. I really, really appreciate you taking time to sit down with me and chat about real estate and prices in Toronto.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Cheers.